Yes, my wife.
They didn't speak. They didn't finish.
They didn't what? It's okay when they finish. When they finish, they are painting the down the set. Yeah. Okay. Just when they finish. Mm. So yes, good afternoon. I want to talk about particularly two issues. I want to talk about the people around the presidency and the issue around the eligibility and the possible litigations. I will start with the presidency. I'll start with the presidency. I want to commend President Edgar Lungu that he has done very well to appoint a number of young people around him. Thank you. Hi, can you make me another one? Oh, what? There's no ice. Yeah? There is ice. But you just put two. Put some more. Make it full. Make it full and put some more ice. So, yes, I was saying I want to just look at two areas, if you like. The people around the presidency and the eligibility and the possible legal battles that may arise. And I'm going to start by first talking about the issue of the presidency. I want to say that President Edgar Lungu has done quite well in uplifting young people. If you look around, President Edgar Lungu is actually working with young people. President Edgar Lungu is working with young people, which is actually very good. Some of us who grew up like during the time of Kaunda, I mean, the people that were around the presidency were usually old people. Same with Chiluba. It's this time around that we have had these young people. Started it by appointing people like Chela. Those are the young people that we saw, which is very good. It is highly commendable that young people are nurtured in this manner by being appointed, by being given responsibility. I think that is very good. Young people always usually like to say, they are pessimistic. No, we are not given opportunities and so on and so forth. But I think some leaders are trying, and President Edgar Lungu has tried in this regard. Thank you. President Edgar Lungu has tried in this regard to uplift young people, to give young people a chance in government. I want to, like if you look at among the ministers, we have a number of young people. We have, people like Vincent Mwale, Makebi Zulu, Bowman Lusambo, what is this guy? The guy from Kitwe, Musukwa. A number of them, all of these guys, if you look at them really, they are young people. They are not, the old guys that we used to have. So this is quite good. And of course, he has also considered a number of ladies in his government. So for me, I am quite happy in terms of the appointments, the way they have gone. Of course, somebody would say, you have not been appointed. Well, I play different politics myself. I am playing a different politics. I mean, I don't need to be appointed. I am doing so well where I am. But let me mention now something that has been of concern to me, is that while some of these young people, they have done well, some of them, they have abused the name of the president. Some have done very well, but some have abused, those appointments, particularly those around the presidency. I'm not going to talk too much about so many other people. I want to talk about Clement Tembo. Now, it is not that, it's not personal. It's not personal. I'm talking about Clement Tembo because I have with me complaints coming from people who Clement Tembo has abused. So I'm being very specific on Clement Tembo because I have complaints which people have brought before me complaining against Clement Tembo. And I want to use him as an example that President Edgar Lungu should be very careful when he appoints these people and make sure that he gets good report on how they are working. Because some of these people are actually abusing and embarrassing the name of the president. Clement Tembo right now, a number of people are complaining of how he has abused them. I am saying this in a video so that if Clement Tembo is disputing, is free to do what others have done, take me to court and make me substantiate my facts. But this is very true. Clement Tembo, instead of uplifting the name of the president, he has actually been dragging it down. The guy has become so pompous from nowhere. So pompous from nowhere. I'll give you my own experience. There was a time when I wanted to see Clement Tembo. I wanted to see Clement Tembo. I have seen he's claiming that I wanted 7,000 kwacha from him. I mean, most of you who know me, I'm sure you can tell that I would not like 7,000 kwacha for me to start chasing Clement Tembo. It is not possible. There is no way I would lack 7,000 kwacha. Me, Chirufa Tayali, lack 7,000 kwacha and start following Clement Tembo for 7,000 kwacha. It is not possible. It is not possible. I would not be that desperate to look for 7,000 kwacha and start hunting down Clement Tembo. I wanted Clement Tembo for something else. But I'm not going to enter into the discussions, the nitty-gritty of why I wanted him and what we discussed, because what we discussed was basically in confidence. And if I were to talk about, if I were to open my mouth, it is Clement Tembo who would be more in problems than myself. But I don't do that. When we discuss something in private, no matter how much we differ, I would not bring it out. That is part of my principle. That is what I was taught even when I was in the church. What is confidential, it remains there. Unless somebody, is going to suffer injustice out of whatever you discuss, somebody is going to suffer injustice. Then, quite all right, you can, save the person that might suffer out of whatever discussion that you have. So, but in this case, what we discuss, no one is going to suffer injustice or anything. So there's no need for me to start discussing, to say, oh, we said this, oh, I told him this. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. It was confidential, that's it. But about the 7,000 kwacha, clearly, those of you who are reasonable would know that certainly I would not like 7,000 kwacha and start looking for Clement Tembo. He's not among my friends. I've got friends that I interact with. People that have more money than Clement Tembo. People that would easily give me that 7,000 kwacha if indeed I need 7,000 kwacha. So there is no way I would be rushing for Clement Tembo. I wanted him, yes, it's me who wanted him for something, but the interaction made me not to go back to Clement Tembo. My first interaction, it was my first and last interaction with Clement Tembo, and I never went back to him. When I went to meet him, I found Clement Tembo, he was with, other people and so on and so forth. But this guy had bodyguards. Before I could meet him, it was outside. This bodyguard came almost searching me, looking for a phone, asking me to give him the phone before I could talk to Clement Tembo. Now, you can just think of it. This is a guy that, who is he? He's a nobody. He's a nobody. But you go to meet him, and this guy, this bodyguard comes, stops you, and wants to search you, asking for your phone. Certainly, that is a little bit out of line. Okay, fine. He may be taking precautions and so on and so forth. We had our meeting. But from what we discussed, I measured Clement Tembo to say, one, this guy is mature. Secondly, this guy was arrogant. Thirdly, this guy was crooked. And I don't do crookedness. I don't do crookedness. Mark my words, I don't do crookedness. I do straightforward things because I know tomorrow something may change. I know. If I had done something crooked with Clement Tembo, look at how he's coming out, accusing me of having had asked him for 7,000 kwacha. Imagine if I had gone ahead to do some deals with him. God knows what he would be saying. So I am too smart for those kind of things. That's why I'm still surviving here. That's why I'm here. I am too smart. I don't do crooked things. You bring in crookedness, I don't engage. I don't engage in crookedness. I don't engage in corruption. I don't. So he brought in something that I was like, no, this I can't do. And of course, I left. And he gave me 1,000 kwacha. He gave me 1,000 kwacha. That's what he gave me. He said, okay, here is something for fuel. He gave me 1,000 kwacha. That's it. So there is nothing personal. It's not about it's not about a personal issue. But my issue is the attitude of Clement Tembo. I thought I was the only one that he treated that way, or maybe it was for the first time. But other people have repeated the same thing of how he has treated them when meeting them. Clement Tembo moves and talks, behaves like a president. And yet, he's not even an appointee because he's not in government. Clement Tembo is not in government. The presidential initiative is a personal initiative of the president. So he's not. But I know people have told me where Clement Tembo has been calling people and saying, this is State House. And he would go on and talk and talk and talk and whatever it is. That is fine. He can be as arrogant as he wants. But my problem is, why I'm even talking about him. Clement Tembo, they have been getting things from people. They have been getting this. I want you, those of you who are watching, even you, Clement Tembo, to challenge me. They have been getting things from people in the name of the president. And this is what I don't like. This is the abuse I am talking about. I am unacceptable. It is unacceptable that some of these people who are linked to the president are coming out to get things from people in the name of the president. Some of them are, they are contracting debts in the name of the president. Some of them are cheating that they talk to the president. They tell the president, President Edgar Lungu has been quoted so many times in so many things. And yet, some of these things President Lungu doesn't even know. I know for sure a number of people, those who are coming to me, no, I gave this guy money and so on and so forth. The president this. Let me tell you, President Edgar Lungu does not ask for money through whoever, through any of these guys. This I can assure you, President Edgar Lungu doesn't send people to go and get money. He doesn't. He doesn't. How can President Edgar Lungu, for example, send people to get money through Vena Clement? I don't think so. I don't think so. But people have been contracting debt. People have been getting money from others in the name of the president, which is very wrong. And I want you to know that President Edgar Lungu does not do this. Go and ask him if you are able to access him. But I can assure you that all of you, many of you who are saying, you gave money to whoever so that it can go to the president, just know that they just punked you. President Edgar Lungu doesn't do that. He doesn't. He doesn't do that. He just doesn't. And yet, some of these people have been doing this. It is quite unfortunate. Some people, they have gotten things from people and they are not paying them. There is one person that did, if my machines, they are block making machines. I'm sure you saw those block making machines. And this person has not been paid. And he's busy complaining. He's complaining they haven't paid him. This is bad. You cannot be saying that you are empowering people and yet you are taking things from other people, it is very bad. It is very bad. Stop abusing the presidency. You are abusing the presidency. But Clement Tembo, you have been shouting at people. Who are you to shout at people? Who are you, Clement Tembo, to be shouting at people? I want to work to mina phone. But you start shouting at them. You start shouting at them. That is very unfortunate. You should not behave like that. You are not a president. You are not voted by the Zambian people. Edgar Lungu is the one who was voted. And Edgar Lungu gave you, a responsibility, not powers, to help him, empower people. Not you having powers and start getting things from people. It's very, very unfortunate. But again, it goes back to President Edgar Lungu to say, what happens? Where is the intelligence? Because some of these things, they are so clear. There are so many people that are complaining. Where is the intelligence? How come the intelligence don't pick up these things and bring them before President Edgar Lungu so that he can act? Because it is embarrassing. Why should somebody, you are calling it presidential empowerment, and a citizen is being disadvantaged out of the presidential empowerment? How is that possible? Why should Zambians be disadvantaged out of an initiative where they're supposed to be benefiting? How is this possible? And these people, they even want to aspire now to be candidates as the member of parliament. Clement Tembo aspiring as member of parliament, with that immaturity, with that crookedness in his head, with that pomposity. He wants now to be a member of parliament. He was given a little responsibility, he has failed it. Now he thinks he can go and stand in Kawata and become a member of parliament. Zambians, this is unacceptable. We should be looking at people. Where is this person coming? How has he performed? How has he performed? I know Clement Tembo is saying, no, I'm talking like this to decampaign him. Of course, Clement Tembo, I would decampaign you. I would decampaign you, knowing or seeing your immaturity, seeing your pomposity, seeing your crookedness. I would definitely say this is not the right guy. Why do we want to always be happy when I say Hakainde Ichirema is not good, is not a good candidate? But when I touch you, you say no. For us, no. No, for me, when you are a bad leader, you are a bad leader. It doesn't matter where you come from. And I am saying this out of what I've seen in Clement Tembo, and of course, the people that have spoken to me. And I know these people, they are not lying. It's true. It is true. I've seen it. So if you're a bad leader, how can I support you? How can I support you? How can I support a bad leader? Given Luminda is not my friend. We are not friends. We don't even talk. Even if I called him, he would not pick my call. But when I look at a leader, I cannot compare Given Luminda to Clement Tembo, for goodness sake. Even if Twalipatana Given Luminda Twalipatana, there is no way, for the love of this country, there is no way I would say replace Clement Tembo, replace Given Luminda with Clement Tembo. How? How? Although he carries himself, I don't know. This is the problem. Eastern Province. The problem with you from Eastern Province, some of you, all of you, you act like President Edgar Lungu is your relative. Clement Tembo wants to act like he is also a son to President Edgar Lungu, like he's a relative, which is very wrong. When you are being appointed or given responsibility, Edgar Lungu does not look at your name, does not look at where you come from. So when you are given the responsibility, just carry out the responsibility and stop acting as if you are related. Edgar Lungu, he chooses his relatives. Because some of you, most of you, just because of Makuna and Eastern Province, you want to behave as if you are related. You are not appointed because of where you come from. So stop this nonsense of acting or, trying to boast as if Edgar Lungu is your relative. And even if it's your relatives, who cares? We don't care. We didn't vote Edgar Lungu because he's from wherever. We voted for him because we thought he's a good leader. That's why we voted for him. So even if you are his relative, it doesn't matter. It is not something that you should be bringing around, bragging over, like the way Clement Tembo does. I am sure even these nominations, he's counting that Clement Tembo is whatever related to President Edgar Lungu. President Edgar Lungu has a soft spot. Let me tell you, Edgar Lungu, I am sure I am sure he has seen the immaturity, the pomposity, the crookedness of Clement Tembo. I don't think Edgar Lungu is even supporting him to stand in Kabwata. I don't think so. I don't think so. So, so don't cheat yourselves. Don't cheat yourselves. Don't think that, no, he's the anointed one. Nothing. Nothing. So, Clement Tembo, really, these are not the kind of people that should be around the president. Basically, what the president should do as we get into 2021, after he crosses, he should make sure that he avoids people like Clement Tembo. But most importantly, to monitor these people, how they are performing. Because some of them are doing him more bad than good. More bad than good. So it is important that he checks them as, they perform their duties when he appoints them. Now, let me go to the issue of, let me leave Clement Tembo. Let me leave Danny Yenga. Danny Yenga, I don't know him. Somebody's asking me about Danny Yenga. Danny Yenga, I don't know him. I don't know him, but as far as I'm concerned, I think given Lubinda ought to bounce back as Kabwata Member of Parliament. That is my view. That is my view. I don't know Danny Yenga, but I'm telling you,